No, it didn't work. Okay, hold on. The camera rolling? Oh. What was that? Hey everyone, Brobuscus here, and welcome back to another Let's Watch of Death Battle. Today's episode, we got Rick Sanchez from Rick and Morty versus the Doctor from Doctor Who. Now, before we get into it, of course, there should be a link in the description below. You can go watch the actual episode yourself. Go support the official release before watching some random guy on YouTube react to it, okay? Got it? Cool. So, this is an episode, alright? So, yeah, Rick versus the Doctor. Gotta be honest, this is, not exactly the match I'm the most excited for. Now, of course, I mean no offense to anybody who is, like, super excited for this one. I am very happy for you. But, for me, this is just not my kind of match. I'm not, like, okay, well, right off the bat, do not care for Rick and Morty. Not one bit. I admit to having not actually, like, watched it, but, from all the, like, clips I've seen, and just everything I've heard about it, it just does not sound like a show I would be super into. I'm gonna move my mic closer because I am a professional. Okay, so like I said, do not care for Rick and Morty, and I really don't care for Rick. He seems like kind of an asshole. To be clear, I don't have an issue with, like, dickish characters, like characters who are just assholes, but as long as they're, like, charming about it, you know, or if they're, like, entertaining about it, then, you know, they're fun characters. Rick doesn't really seem like a character I would find super fun, you know. I don't know, maybe the episode will prove me wrong, but yeah, at the moment, it's a good start, you know, for this episode. You know, I don't give a shit about Rick and Morty. As for the Doctors for Doctor Who, gonna be honest, the only piece of Doctor Who material that I have watched is the Day of the Doctor special that my buddy Richard showed me. And it was fun. I had a fun time with it. Maybe it's because I was watching with friends. I don't know. But I had some fun with it. It just wasn't enough to convince me to watch the rest of it. You know. I don't know. Again, maybe the episode will show me that both characters in both franchises are super endearing and you should definitely watch them. But at the moment, I don't feel that way. So good start. So yeah, as you can imagine, not exactly the most excited for this one, but I have every confidence that this will at least be a well put together episode. As for who do I want to win? Who do I think is going to win? It's the Doctor on both fronts. I'm going to be honest. I want him to win because I've actually absorbed media of his in my life. I have not seen a single episode of Rick and Morty, and at the moment I have no intentions of changing that. So I have actually watched a bit of Doctor Who, and I actually found the Doctor as a character, all three of them, in, I guess in this case, to be fun characters. Not exactly something that I would get into more of, but still fun. But that's still more than I can say for Rick. That's more than I can say for Rick and Morty. Yeah. And I think the Doctor's going to win just because I think he is just... Everything I've heard on this match, I really don't see how Rick is winning this one. It just seems to me like the Doctor is just way stronger, way faster, has way better tech, I've heard through the grapevine that if Rick like blitzes the Doctor, then he could probably win. But I've also heard through the grapevine that is very much unlikely. So, yeah, I don't know. I'm going into this one with not really much knowledge, to be honest. Although I will say another argument I have heard is that the Doctor could just screw with Rick's mind, which is something that he has shown on numerous occasions to be susceptible to, some of which even by his own stupidity. So, yeah, that's a good sign. So, yeah, I'm gonna go with the Doctor, but, you know, obviously the episode could prove me wrong. So, with that, I think I should just shut up and get into it, yeah?
This video is sponsored by BetterHelp.
Rick Sanchez,
The Doctor.
these brilliant geniuses dominate the cosmos,
Okay.
but who would win
No
an
epithet for
all-out
these
brawl?
guys?
He's Wiz and I'm Boomstick.
And it's our job to analyze their weapons, armor, and skills to find out who would win a death battle. Everything about Morty Smith's life was perfectly
All right.
average. Average house, average family, average school.
Maybe slightly below average intelligence.
But
Damn.
everything changed the day his grandpa Rick came home.
Yeah, in style. Because Rick Sanchez is anything but average.
Rick is easily the smartest man in
His
the
blue hair
universe,
is natural.
and its
Good to
most
know.
dangerous criminal. He spent years on the run from the Galactic Federation, going on adventures across the multiverse.
Who cares about the emotional trauma?
I've also heard that this is Galaxy
Galaxy
Video Max's first like full edit, so
Bye.
Thus formed the greatest duo of the generation, Rick and Morty.
Yeah, mostly Rick.
So that's cool.
Morty's the cannon fodder who smuggles grapefruit-sized seeds up his ass. And that's just the first episode.
Rick is an
Okay.
unparalleled inventor, always ready to face even the squanchiest of alien foes.
He's got your usuals. Laser gun, invisibility belt, shrink ray, cyborg implants, the works.
As well as some weirder things, like a Mr. Meeseeks box, which can summon an infinite number of irritating
Operation
temporary
Phoenix.
life forms
Okay.
that will work tirelessly to accomplish a given task.
Or a series of android decoys
I've
that
heard
are
some
so
stuff about that.
perfectly created, they don't even realize they're decoys. Which leads them to create decoys that create decoys, and so on.
Rick's gadgets can erase your memories, manipulate and travel through time, and even make a surface true level, as in perfectly flat, something normally mathematically impossible. So beautiful that experiencing it for only a moment before returning to non-Euclidean space can emotionally scar you for life.
He can even inject you
Okay.
with his own genetic info and instantly chest burst a clone of himself from inside you, like a
Gross.
crazy alcoholic xenomorph. What the hell?
Rick and Morty travel the universe in the Space Cruiser. Powered by a microverse under the hood, this compact starship
Okay.
is equipped with laser cannons, a fishing line that can tow a solar system, and a unique artificial intelligence.
With all that crazy sci-fi gear, Rick and Morty's adventures were absolutely bonkers.
From disentangling a time loop created by alien snakes, to battling the metafictional story lord, to Rick turning himself into a pickle to avoid family
God
therapy.
damn it.
This guy would rather battle the Russian mafia as a vegetable than address his feelings.
Actually, pickle's a fruit.
Because boy oh boy,
Okay.
does he have a lot of them.
Behind the fart jokes and wubba-lubba-dub-dubs, Rick harbors bitter emotional agony.
Way back when, in a completely different universe, the Rick we know had a happy life until another Rick from another universe took it all away, the bastard.
But like me, Rick is a true inventor, and this tragedy spurred him to craft his greatest creation, the portal gun.
My scans indicate it creates holes through all aspects of space-time, allowing Rick to travel anywhere in the multiverse. It sounds exhausting.
It can do more
I
than
bet
that.
it is.
It can slice you in half, set up traps, and even...
That's coming out of your paycheck.
Nuh-uh.
Decades of traveling the multiverse, hunting down the man who ruined
How much
his
does
life,
building a
darkened
dummy
Rick's
cost,
heart. He began
honestly?
to ask himself, if there are an infinite number of universes with an infinite number of each person, how did any individual life matter?
Sounds like he's overthinking it.
Like the time he accidentally
Maybe.
turned all of humanity into horrific Cronenbergs. He and Morty had to escape to a parallel universe where they swap places with recently deceased versions of themselves. What does that do to a person.
Makes them badass.
Okay.
When Rick found the Interdimensional Council of Ricks, he kicked their teeth in. Like they say, he's the Rickest Rick of them all.
That he is. Just touching the hem of his coat can activate his energy shield or even induce instant death. Yes, instant. No, it isn't explained why. Though considering this reaction, it's likely a chemical released through the coat's lining.
Rickest Rick whiz! He's dodged an orbital space laser from just a few feet away. He's so smart, he figured out he's in a TV show. Yep, really.
Perhaps most mysterious is Operation Phoenix, a series of clone bodies that his consciousness can be uploaded to upon his death. Despite eventually taking it offline, his mind is still connected to every other Operation Phoenix across the multiverse,
giving him an infinite number of extra lives, even if some of them are shrimps and fascists.
Some of his devices can destroy the Earth, the universe, even numerous alternate timelines. He actually did that just to manipulate the stock market.
Though underneath the drunken god complex, there's still a glimmer of the family man Rick used to be.
Well, as much as he insists that love is just a chemical reaction in the brain, he does care about his daughter and grandkids. And Jerry. Sometimes.
He's taken on an alien Zeus, the president of the United States, and the actual devil, even exiting the bounds of fiction into meta-reality, fighting Jesus H. Leaping Christ himself, and meeting Joseph Campbell. Talk about a hero's journey.
Challenge Rick at your will.
What?
He might look like a scrawny, drunken septuagenarian, and he is, but he's also somehow the greatest warrior in the universe.
And you can lick his balls.
Ian Chesterton and Barbara were just your average
doctor. Let's see what you got.
Less than average student. Susan was odd, almost like an alien. And when they met her grandfather and his police box, they found out why.
They were aliens, and that police box was the TARDIS, a 2-in-1 spaceship and time machine.
Thus, they were whisked away into the stars, kicking off over half a century of timey-wimey adventures with a revolving cast of companions, like Sarah Jane Smith, Rose Tyler, the Brigadier, Amy Pond, and so many more.
Complete with the cheesiest special effects you've ever seen.
This man with a box had a name he would never tell, and a history he would always run from. He was only known as the Doctor.
Doctor who?
Exactly.
Doctor exactly?
Though the Doctor's origins are shrouded in mystery, we know they were born several thousand years ago and earned degrees in cosmic science and higher dimensional physics.
But he got bored with the stuffy Time Lord bureaucrats, stole a TARDIS, and explored time and space as
7
a
spouses,
runaway.
including
Who
Cleopatra
can forget
and
those adventures,
Marilyn
chasing
Monroe.
dinosaurs on a spaceship, dueling Robin Hood with a spoon, or shoving Hitler in a closet.
Yeah, we know it's kind of weird. It's British.
But if you don't know who's who,
British.
you're probably wondering, who are all these people? A bunch of old guys, young guys, a lady, and one of the Three Stooges? What?
The Doctor is a Time Lord from the planet Gallifrey. Time Lords may look human, but couldn't be more different. Not only do they have 2 hearts, they literally experience time differently. They can see past, present,
Time manipulation
and future
immunity.
all at once. They
That's
can
good
resist
to know.
temporal phenomena such as time stops and can tamper with fixed points in time. They're effectively acausal beings.
This makes them super hard to predict and nearly impossible to erase from any timeline. They can even breach the bounds of space and talk directly to you. Yes, you at home. Hello there.
Time Lords are practically walking Deus Ex Machina.
Get out of my house.
In fact, a lot of them would be proud to be called that.
Yeah, the Doc ran away for a reason. Time Lords are a bit dodgy.
The Doctor has hypnotized
So I've heard.
plants, resisted mind control, survived deadly radiation, and even learned transmigration. As in, the ability to summon an object out of thin air. Sounds crazy, but it's apparently standard fare for Time Lord Academy.
But the reason why there are so many doctors is that Time Lords have a funny way of cheating death.
Upon receiving a fatal wound, the Doctor undergoes regeneration, gaining a new, healthy body.
It's way more than that. While reloading, the Doctor has regrown lost limbs, become strong enough to knock down steel doors, and even weaponized his own time energy.
Downside being, if a Time Lord dies during regeneration, that ends the process permanently.
Today, we've seen 14 versions of the Doctor, plus a few extras mixed in here and there. Hell, by the time you're watching this, you've probably seen the 15th. Or the 16th.
The experiences each Doctor gains changes and affects the next Doctor, and the next, and so on. Each doctor maintains the same memories, but with an all-new personality.
Some like bow
I
ties,
see.
some like jelly babies, some kick butt with Venusian karate, and some really hate the monarchy, probably because they're werewolves.
But they always have one thing in common.
They are British!
Well, one other thing in common. The Doctor always enjoys the thrill of adventure, and they've got plenty of tech to help, like the sonic screwdriver. Utilizing sonic waves to manipulate nearby objects, it can pick locks, cause detonations, and fry circuitry. It's sort of a Swiss Army plot device that can hack its way through most problems. The perfect pacifist tool for resolving conflict.
Its only weakness is that it doesn't do wood. Or turkey, though considering it can destroy machines, disrupt molecules, and even erase memories, I'll take it.
The Doctor doesn't often carry weapons. There's an invisibility watch, a time travel ring, psychic paper that tricks basically everyone, and perception filters that prevents others from noticing certain things, even people.
But the Doc does reluctantly have a few weapons stored away, like the dematerialization gun.
It might
That
look
thing is
slapped
huge.
together with Hobby Lobby pipes, but the DMAT can literally erase
Hobby
you
Lobby.
from time. As in, it causes you to have never existed in the first place.
But if you never existed, then the gun would have never needed to fire, which means you weren't wiped from existence, which means the gun would need to fire, which means...
Yeah, I saw that coming.
Did you say something? That's not the only time erasing tool in the Doctor's box. But we gotta talk about, you know, the box. Shabby blue police box on the outside. Incredible time machine that's bigger on the inside.
Yeah.
This is the TARDIS.
The time and relative dimension in space is a sentient ship that travels space and time with ease. It's strong enough to tow planets, powerful enough to stop antimatter from destroying the universe, and tough enough to tank lightning from Zeus. Yes, the god Zeus. It can even adjust its interior to an infinite degree, both in terms of space and time.
So, if the TARDIS doesn't like you, you might get lost inside it forever. Don't piss off the TARDIS.
Or any of
Damn.
the Doctor's enemies. Some of the universe's deadliest monsters. Cybermen, Zygons, Weeping Angels.
And the Slitheen, the big chunky aliens that took over 10 Downing Street. And couldn't stop farting.
Even when the Doctor prefers not to resort to fisticuffs, he's tough enough to survive bolts of lightning that vaporize an ordinary human. He's even dodged half a dozen disintegration rays, while also improvising several thousand calculations in a matter of nanoseconds.
Yeah, the Doctor's super smart. So smart his brain once powered a 1,000-year-old supercomputer.
The Doctor's outwitted cosmic
His
entities
brain
have great intelligence.
powered
the
that.
Time Lord Nemesis, the Master, and apparently the original Satan, who isn't even the most frightening alien in the multiverse.
The
because that
original.
would be the Daleks.
Alright, bear with me here. They may look like trash cans with plungers, but they can exterminate anything that gets in their way, even all of space and time, like when they battled the Time Lords to extinction in the last Great Time War.
A war that showed a darker side to the Doctor. Thrust into a conflict that put all of reality at risk, the Doctor became a warrior, a soldier, a killer.
A side of him that had always been there, hiding just under that cheeky grin.
Finally, in a single moment, the Doctor pressed a big red button to end the war, and all of Gallifrey, once and for all.
As much as he didn't like the Time Lords, the Doctor cares for life above all things. So genociding his own people was the worst thing that could possibly happen.
As the last of the Time Lords, the Doctor proved to be the most dangerous person in the universe. Isolation threatened to turn him into the very type of Time Lord he despised, a master who controls the laws of time, the Time Lord Victorious.
And God help your immortal soul if you piss him off. If he's desperate or if you threaten his friends, you won't be prepared for how far he'll go. Like trapping you in every mirror in existence, imprisoning you in the event horizon of a collapsing galaxy, or suspending you in time to be used as a scarecrow.
Fortunately, Gallifrey wasn't destroyed. It turns out the Doctor, all of the Doctors, saved the Time Lords, but just forgot about it until time could catch up to them. It's complicated.
Still, even their biggest
Time travel
turned out to be a dub in disguise. That's how you know you're fantastic.
But a Doctor's job is never finished. Without witness, without reward, you'll never know when they'll show up to save the day. But if you happen to be up against the Doctor, there's really only one thing you can do. Run. All right, the combatants are set.
And they just had to include Fortnite.
Possibilities.
It's time for a death battle!
And pause. Okay, so I still think the Doctor's going to win. I'm just gonna say that right now. I won't lie. Throughout Rick's analysis, I was like, oh, okay. Like, this is actually kind of this. I don't know how the Doctor can counter some of this, but as the Doctor's analysis went on, I was like, okay. If, like, the Daleks can, like, erase space and time, basically, like, then I don't see how anything Rick has gone up against or anything Rick can do can keep up with that, and the Doctor can, so the Doctor is resistant to is immune from time manipulation entirely. The sonic screwdriver is probably just gonna screw over like most, if not all, of Rick's tech. The mind control, as I mentioned before, I don't even know why I paused. I think the Doctor is going to win. I'm just gonna leave it at that.
Oh, jeez, Rick, it was my fault.
Shut the fuck up, Morty! I knew Time Lords were suicidal morons, but I didn't know they never invented rearview mirrors.
Are you sick? You're the one who...
I did see the preview, of course.
Go on, I'm busy.
Son of a bitch, he's ignoring me?
That's not how I imagined Rick would sound, but I like the performance, so it's fine.
Holy, it was him! Keep Morty safe.
And this is where the preview ends. Alright, so Morty's out. Where are they?
No. Oh, what did they do to you?
What? Okay. Oh, now we're in an arcade.
All right, fine. Queensbury rules.
There's a death. Okay.
Keep quipping, asshole. Maybe you'll find a good job.
Hi, Bill. I
around
see you in the
next to your
background.
teeth.
On guard.
The fact that I'm not even surprised that the Doctor can keep up with a spoon is kind of telling. Wonder
This place looks fun. Do they have a little shop? I like little shops.
there has to be some really good Easter eggs here. Ow. Where are they?
Well,
Oh.
blink as much as you can. They're scared of rapid movement.
Motherfucker.
Oh, God.
What?
My balls, sucker.
This is an interesting set piece.
Oh, you brilliant old girl. Switching rooms around. Fantastic.
Uh-oh. Ow.
It's fun to be the class clown till you get shot. Now hurry up. I got a grandson waiting on me. He won't die an idiot like you.
I know your type. The nihilist know-it-all. But through all this wibbly-wobbly, timey-wimey rubbish, there's one thing you never quite understood. I'm the Doctor, and I don't want to go.
Okay. Oh, you're stuck now. Oh. Good switch up. Oh.
Quite impressive craft, Morty. You built it yourself?
I guess so.
Then you've got a bright future ahead. Don't be a cynic.
Morty, if you forget me, I'll haunt your ass.
Who the fuck are you?
KO! Live by the portal, die by the portal.
Let's break this down. First off,
Okay.
Rick and the Doctor could both dodge lasers, making them pretty even, so neither could reliably win a quick draw.
Also, neither have shown any consistent signs of strength all that different from an above-average human.
The Doctor could get a superhuman strength boost during regeneration, but that is fairly incidental. So as far as physical ability is concerned, neither had a significant edge.
But when it
Okay.
comes to weapons, Rick had way more deadly killing machines, a lot of which could wipe out whole planets, galaxies, and more. If he could get the jump on the Doctor, he'd have a good chance of winning.
Of course, there's similar speeds, but he probably wasn't getting that opportunity. There's no denying his firepower was superior overall, but that still had to contend with the Doctor's technology.
And despite all of Rick's crazy inventions, most of which could kill a normal person instantly, the Doctor matched or countered pretty much all of it.
Being a Time Lord meant he could resist any time-warping trickery Rick threw at him, and the sonic screwdriver could hack and even destroy nearly everything Rick had. The Sonic has even disabled teleportation and time travel technology before, making it more than capable of hijacking Rick's portal gun, which has been hacked in the past.
With that gun, Rick was kind of a sitting duck.
Operation Phoenix makes
little
killing Rick
bit.
permanently almost impossible. But the Doctor's reality-altering tech like the DMAT meant there would be no Rick left to upload to a new body, effectively ending the fight in a single shot. And that was hardly the only reality-warping super weapon the Doctor had access to. The Doctor's technology presented a clear advantage.
Now let's talk ships. This one's pretty clear-cut. The space cruiser was a deadly machine that towed a solar system, but the TARDIS single-handedly held off a universe-destroying event. That's an edge for the Doctor.
But
Yeah.
perhaps most important of all was their experience and intelligence.
Oh,
Rick
that's the
mastered
Doctor.
space and time
100%.
to the point of becoming a veritable god. But you could say the same for the Doctor, who is way older. It's kind of like the Doctor has been Rickin' for many times longer than Rick himself.
And when push comes to shove, the Doctor is just as experienced of a warrior as Rick ever was, if not more so.
11 spent 900 years battling Daleks, Cybermen, Sontarans, and more on Trenzalore and came out on top.
And don't forget how quickly the Doctor can formulate, calculate, and initiate plans. Like when he dodged half a dozen rays and improvised thousands of calculations in his head to siphon the ray's energy into a teleporter, all in a matter of nanoseconds.
Rick usually relies on being the smartest guy in the room. When he's forced to battle people at his own level, he's often outsmarted, like with the Prime Rick or, gasp, a Morty.
Rick was a formidable genius, but the Doctor's incredible technology, unmatched intelligence, and thousands of years of experience gave him the win.
Ah, geez. I bet Rick was absolutely mortified to lose.
The winner is the Doctor.
Anyways.
Hi, I'm Ben, the voice of Wiz.
Hey, Ben.
Thank you so much for watching. We are about to announce the next episode, but
All
before
right,
we do that,
what do we got?
remember yet, click that
Penultimate
button below
episode, I
so we don't
believe.
miss it.
See what we got. That's Goku and Superman. Okay, why is that the penultimate episode? Okay. Did I miss something? I mean, I guess I understand why they're doing that match at all, but why is that the penultimate episode? What do they have for the finale? I kind of would have expected this to be if they were to do this match, I kind of would have expected it to be the finale, but I guess not. Okay, this is a weird one. Okay, I guess I need to do some digging because I don't understand why that. I mean, okay, I'm kind of like I'm kind of in two minds on like redoing this match at all, but like on the one hand, I'm like, okay, I mean, it is a pretty like hot topic, you know. So, like, I guess I understand from that perspective, like, doing it again is, like... Especially since both have gotten, like, so much since their last outing. I guess I understand from that perspective. On the other hand, I just feel like well, okay, I'm just gonna get this right out the gate. I firmly believe that Superman is still gonna win that. Like, I firmly believe that Superman is still going to win, but which kind of leads me to wonder, why? Like, I mean, I understand that, like, obviously it being a rematch doesn't automatically make it like, oh yeah, they're just gonna have the other character win. But what I understand that, like, it being a rematch doesn't mean that the results are going to change. As I said, I still think Superman's going to win, but the thing is, for me, is that they've already redone this episode. Like, this is a match that's already been that's already been done twice. Granted, I know that the second episode has a lot of, like, scrutiny behind it, even from the crew themselves. So, like, I understand that, like, from that perspective, I can understand, like, you can question whether or not the second one really counts as a rematch, especially compared to, like, Mario vs. Sonic or Link vs. Cloud. But I don't know. I feel like this one's a little bit of a... I feel like this is a weird one to do if Superman is just gonna win again. I don't know. Again, this is an odd case, but okay. So, I mean, that has every potential to still be a really good episode. So, sure, I guess. I'll have to really stop and think about everything about this match. So, there's a lot I have to think about on this one, apparently. But I guess as for this episode, it was fun. Again, my lack of investment in either character does kind of hold this one back quite a bit. And I know it's like, oh well, this episode was still is still really well put together, and I imagine huge fans of both franchises are going to get an absolute kick out of this one. And if that's the case, then good for you. But I am not a huge fan of either of them, so a lot of references and whatnot are kind of lost on me. But even still, the animation was still well done. Had some nice twists and turns. The voice acting was really good. Yeah, I don't know. I guess I'm a little, I don't want to say let down, because I wasn't really going into this super excited anyways, but for being in the same season that has Bill versus Discord, an episode that I could not, I just absolutely could not give a shit about when it was announced, and I was actually kind of dreading, and it turned out to be it turned out to be as amazing as it is, even for me as someone who isn't a fan of either franchise. I guess for some reason I was kind of expecting a similar level of surprise for this episode, and I just didn't get it. So, I mean, still, like I said, it's still a fun episode. I still liked it, but I don't know. This is probably I don't want to say this is probably going to go down as my least favorite of the season because that just sounds mean. But yeah, all in all, this episode just wasn't my thing. It wasn't one I was super interested in, but it was still fun. I still had fun with it, and I'm happy for everybody who did want it. So yeah, with that, I think that's really all I have to say on the matter. So thanks for watching. Hope you enjoyed. I apologize if I didn't have a lot to say on this one. This is just, again, this is not really my match. But yeah. Thanks for watching. Hope you enjoyed, and I'll talk to you all in the next video. Bye, everybody.